In the final part of this morning's show, Davina MacKail, our resident dreams expert, is back to explain more of the hidden meanings that are concealed in your dreams and nightmares. 0207 173 5555 is the number if you'd like help. You will have to dial quickly. And while you're doing that, well, Davina, I'm convinced that one day I will have a dream that you will not be able to explain. And I woke up this morning, I think I've had one. So in the dream, it's really, really short, the bit I can remember, a huge white moth, huge. And I touched it, and the body of the moth turned into a white rabbit. So a white rabbit with wings.
Excellent. What did you eat the night before?
Cheese, surprise, surprise.
You're still on that cheese story. Yeah. Now, you see, that does have magnificent reason and behind it. Moths, all about transformation. So, right. And the fact that everything was white is about a purity and innocence. There's something very clean about that whole thing. And rabbits are symbols of fertility and reproduction. Oh, my So there's something about you changing or transforming perhaps your ideas of having a family.
OK, let's move on and take some calls. Really?
Yeah, really.
Kirsty, who's on the line first, please?
I'll rescue you, Matthew. Yvonne's on line 1.
Yvonne, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for picking up the phone. What was your dream, Yvonne?
It's not mine, it's my 8-year-old daughter's.
OK. What is it, then?
She's got this recurring nightmare that a truck is coming through her bedroom window and is going to run her down while she's asleep in bed. Pardon me. It's got to the point now where she dreads the dream. She's absolutely petrified and she won't sleep alone.
OK. And it happens, I mean, you say it's recurring. I mean, how often does she have it?
It's pretty regular. It's most nights.
OK. Is this... Because we sometimes talk about night terrors here with our sleep.
No, that's very different.
This is very different. This is definitely a dream. Right.
Yvonne, what do you do with your daughter when she has this dream? How do you reassure her? What do you do? I'll tell you what the dream may be about in a moment, but I just want to know how you work with her.
I just remind her that it is only a dream, it's not real, that can't really happen. I'm here to protect her, I won't let anything bad happen to her. And we're on the 4th floor anyway, so there's no way of
Yeah, that's good. Good bit of realism in there, absolutely. One of the thing is, what this could be is actually, I would actually talk to her about whether anything's worrying her. She's of school age, 8 years old.
Yeah.
I wonder if she is being bullied at school. She feels that she's under pressure at school in any way, perhaps not getting on with a teacher or something of that nature. Being steamrolled by a truck, it's like there's something very overbearing in her life that is actually what's coming up in her unconscious then. So maybe try and have a conversation with her and talk to her about those kind of aspects. And you might actually just find out if anything is going on like that, because I think that you'll find there is something quite relevant behind that.
Yeah, I think that's quite possible because she did have a major problem with her teacher that she's got this year.
Right, that will be what it's to do with.
That's now settled down. I had to have a word with the school. That's now settled down, but I think now it's the fear of the dream.
So the other way to help her to get over this, and obviously that, and she also thinks, the thing is she's very young and she's 8, so the problem may have settled down, but her unconscious is still battling that, and it may come back at any minute. In her mind, so that's why the truck is still crashing into her.
Will it fade away?
Yeah, but you've got better ways of dealing with it. So actually, instead of just reassuring her that it's a dream, actually go, wow, that must be really scary and I can understand how you're terrified of that. Go into that world with her and talk about ways in which something could happen that she would have some power to change that dream. Children's minds are incredibly adaptable and they will find that when they go back into the dream, they can actually use that to help them. So, for example, that as it crashes through the window, maybe it turns into a bunch of flying teddy bears or something very innocuous. You know, talk to her, though, and see what she came up with. Say, you know, what do you think you could turn that truck into? Or how could you fight that truck? Has she got a hero in her toy collection that could fight back for her? That will help her find that she's got some power to deal with the situation.
OK, thank you.
Pleasure.
I love her. I say this every time you're here. I'm absolutely spellbound by it. It's fascinating. Fascinating stuff. Yvonne, thank you. Let's have another one, please, Kirsty.
We have Kate on line 2.
Morning, Kate.
Hi, good morning.
Hi there. What's your dream, then?
Hello. I have an alienating situation with my sister, unfortunately, and I dreamt that I walked into her flat and her husband's flat, and there was this very, very huge tree growing in the middle of the flat, with a lot of soil and roots, and instead of it being a decorative plant, it took over the whole space.
OK.
And it was very unpleasant. The feeling of it was very unpleasant. So it's quite weird.
And you say you're kind of estranged from your sister, having difficult times with your sister?
Yes.
At the moment, OK.
It's quite. I know that's going to. It's actually more obvious than you think, Kate, because our dreaming mind always works with metaphor and symbol and whatever. Yeah. And if it's quite as simple as the problem is with the family tree. It's as simple as that. You know? So that you're alienated from your sister, that's what's worrying your mind and whatever, so hence a large tree is like, this is what the problem is. So where's the root? It's interesting that you said there was a lot to do with the roots and the soil. So does this problem with the sister go much further back to a childhood issue that has just been exacerbated as you've grown up?
She's going through a very difficult time, and she's got depression and certain mental she's under medical supervision, and she lives in another country, and year by year, somehow our connection has weakened.
Yeah, but that...
And I always put in the effort to be in touch, but somehow she can't... It's not that she's not bothered, but I believe that her state of mind is such that she's unable to cope mentally with her own life, let alone extend to myself. I do believe she loves me, but it's very, very painful for me to rationalise it. You know?
Absolutely. And there's a lot to be taken from that dream. A tree is a symbol of strength. Right. It's also, trees live a lot longer than we do. They have strong, deep roots. So that the fact that that's come up is like, this is a period that she's going through. You may not be able to be there for her in this moment. There may be a sense of alienation. But that tree is symbolic that, you know, family is thicker, or blood's thicker than water, that roots can be renewed, that relationship can grow in a different way in the future. So don't give up hope that you'll be able to be there for her.
Okay. Thank you for that, Kate. Fascinating situation as well, and very, very difficult. We've got time for at least one more, I think, Kirsty.
Yes, we've got Lisa on line 4.
Morning, Lisa.
Hi there, good morning.
And what's your dream, Adina?
I have a recurring dream I've had for years and years and years. Always at a lavish do, but I'm constantly tidying up spilt drinks, spilt food, just constantly cleaning when I'm supposed to be involved in the do, but I'm not. I'm just spending my whole time cleaning up after other people.
Okay. Davina?
I would suggest, Lisa, that is there a sense in... I mean, what's the feeling of that dream? What's the emotion that you wake up with, just out of interest?
Frustration, like there's never... not any mess to tidy up.
Well, you want to go and find some in your own house to tidy up. Lisa, there's an element in that dream where somehow you feel you're missing out on some aspect of your life. Maybe you are deeply unfulfilled at some level, that perhaps you, in your younger self, had more ambitions that you haven't perhaps fulfilled, that you want a kind of more lavish lifestyle, but you always feel that you're slightly left out, or you are the one cleaning up after everyone else, helping everyone else out, and that you're not fully kind of in the life and soul and in the centre of attention.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Okay, that's another one solved. Listen, time is short. We don't have time to do exams today. We'll have to do it next time you're here. Yeah. Graham Swan, the England cricketer, though, he's been saying in interviews that he keeps dreaming about England winning the Ashes, which a lot of people might think is a bit remote. Can you make your dreams come true?
You can set the thing you think about just before you go to sleep will influence your dreams. Certainly, people that are top athletes. So if he keeps thinking that, if he visualises that before he goes to sleep, then there is certainly ways, particularly if you've got the whole team to do it, there are real ways, because the hippocampus, the part of the brain that deals with learning and memory, is highly activated during the dreaming part of sleep. So from that perspective, yes, it would work.
I might try and do it myself. That's it, though. We've got to wrap it up there, I'm afraid. No more time for any more calls. Thank you, though, if you did ring in. And muchas gracias, Davina. Fantastic. As per usual, get you back soon.